We'd like to invite the audience to play a game diabetics play every moment of their lives called Do the Math. Everyone knows that if a diabetic can get all their numbers just right, nothing will go wrong. Okay, who wants to play? Castile and a lifetime supply of glucose tablets. Our first equation. Okay, who knows the answer? My assistant has just reminded me I forgot something important. The penalty, if you get the answer wrong, you might die a gruesome death. Having fun yet?
You haven't given us the problem yet.
Oh, okay. X plus y over z times q equals r minus t. Solve for all variables. What number do you get?
Where are the numbers? How can we solve this without any numbers?
And you thought this would be easy. Look at what's at stake. Do you think this would be as simple as 2 plus 2 equals
4?
Unless I decide to use base 3, in which case the answer would be 11. Or base 2, then 100. Chances are 2 out of 3 you're wrong. You want numbers. One of them is blood sugar. Meter accuracy is plus or minus 20%. So that might be the real number or not. Another number is grams of carbohydrates. The FDA requires numbers on nutrition labels to be at least 80% of the total. However, the actual number may be what's listed 80% below or much higher. A third number is the effect exercise has on blood sugar. You may expect it to bring it down, but sometimes it makes it go even higher. See how easy it is to control blood sugar with diet and exercise? You just have to do the math.
But that's not fair. I don't want to play this game anymore.
Too bad. There's only one way out in a long, narrow box. You choose to play well, or you choose to play badly.
But how can I figure this out if I can't trust the numbers? And if I don't figure it out perfectly, it's my fault. What did you do wrong, they always say. What did you do wrong?
So you can't be perfect. You can't control everything. Be sure of everything. Who can? There's no perfect number or combination of numbers.
I can deal with not being perfect. Almost. Okay, I'm not perfect, but can I at least have a fair chance of getting the right answer some of the time?
The more numbers you know, the better. Test before and after every meal. The before number is sort of normal between 80 and 120. Being off by 20% isn't going to matter that much. The number is still good. Then you see how much the second number went up or down. That's basic subtraction. If you like it, good. If not, it's time to play detective. Each time you ate at this restaurant, you spike. When you ate the same meal at home, you were fine. Your nutrition pamphlet may lie. See where you crashed and spiked? Pizza.
And here, where I'm going higher than I ever did before?
Bubbles.
Yes?
But there weren't any in there before. I thought I had the pump all figured out. Where my numbers veered high, I raised the dosage to match, and where they bottomed out, I lowered them. It was the Zen-like dance between Billy and me. His yin, the pump's yang. It drove my CDs nuts, but I felt like I was on the brink of control.
But everything's okay now. You're on insulin, you've got the pump. You don't have to worry about anything, right?
Insulin from a vial takes a while to start working, then it keeps working, whether I need it or not, for several more hours. There are all these calculations, duration, peak. I should have taken calculus. What if I miscalculate? What if I guess wrong, or I do the math wrong, or I forget to take some factor into consideration? I know you don't want to know these things, but I find myself explaining, and I must explain, because it's important that I explain it. I don't know why, but I must explain. I must tell you why it's so important, because it is important. I'm so tired, I just want to sleep. But first, I want to explain. Why won't you let me explain? I'm trying to explain. Let me explain! You're weird! I should test.
Do you have to do that often?
When I'm high, when I'm low, before I eat, sometimes after, before I drive, before I go to bed. I do it a lot, so I know where I am.
Well, does it hurt?
Only if I hit a nerve. But not usually.
Is that a good number?
That's high. 360. Too much glucose on the brain, speeding, racing, making too much sense out of nonsensical things.
What do you do?
I should take some insulin. And you can get me a big glass of water.
I heard exercise can help. We could put on some music and dance.
You know, it's funny. Once the only numbers I ever needed were 5, 6, 7, 8. Now my life is nothing now.
What do you need?
I'm low. Glucose
Oh.
tablets. Lifesavers. 2, 3, 4, 15 grams, 15 minutes. Wait.
Well, it can't be that bad if a piece of candy can fix it, right?
Sometimes it doesn't, and I try, and I try, and I try until it does. Being diabetic, it's like being on a high wire. No end in sight. No way to step off, even for a second. As long as I can stay balanced between disasters, nothing will go wrong.
What's it like when you're low?
Time slows. Time suspends. Everything's distorted, a little off, skewed. Something's wrong. What's wrong? Murky, muddled, molasses. What is wrong? Figure it out. I have to. What is it? I have to. I need to figure it out. Stop. Don't panic. I need to. It's getting wronger. That's not right. Symbols don't signify. Names on the roster, notes on the music. Lines on the pavement. Which side of the double yellow line do I drive on? Does it matter? It did. It should.
You don't usually make it look so easy.
They say, run an experiment to find out what works. But what if things go wrong? Sometimes I'm too scared to move. Even lab mice have staff around the clock. But me, my CDE and my doctors, they help. Most of the time, though, it's just me.
This totally sucks.
Please, Howie, we're an important part of the Harvard Stem Cell Institute. Not vermin in some dye. Here we express ourselves more eruditely. What is your problem?
I'm poor, Minerva.
Morton a wee. Yes, I suppose you imagine life on the street would have more brio.
Brie, that weird French cheese. Give me that stuff in a can. Squirty cheese.
Brio! Excitement! Lots of exciting things going on here and in labs all over the world.
Yeah, I love running around that squeaky wheelie thing. Not.
In this very lab, Henny discovered a new hormone that helps mice make beta cells faster. Across town, Dr. Faustman found that tuberculosis vaccine stops the evil T cells in their tracks. At Stanford, Dr. Steinman has a DNA-based vaccine that targets the immune response against insulin and nothing else.
So instead of shot every day?
It might just be one shot every so often.
Yeah, I'm all for progress as long as nothing changes.